had passed as she hopped from shop to shop, searching for the exact shade of blue her client had requested. Not only had she failed to find the shade, she also ended up getting really late for her best friend's boyfriend's farewell celebration. She understood that Millie did have a reason to be furious. Even though technically it was a celebration, for Millie it was anything but that. It was Shambhavi who had introduced Vikas to Millie. He had hired Shambhavi to work on the interiors of his home when he shifted to her city, Indore. Right out of college, Shambhavi tried her hand at interior designing, and he was one of her first clients. They had got to know each other a little, and that was how he had bumped into Millie one fine day. Shambhavi had made the introductions and left to complete her work. Little did she know that the two would decide to fall in love at their first hello and become annoyingly inseparable in a few weeks' time. But that's how love happens, at unexpected places, between unexpected people, during unexpected times. For Millie and Vikas, when it happened for real. They remained inseparable for 2 smooth years, until Vikas got an opportunity he could not refuse. His company was sending him off to the US for a year to get an accelerated MBA. And hence the farewell party. Even though Millie put on a fake smile and pretended to be a supportive girlfriend, Shambhavi knew that she needed her to be there and keep her sane. She was freaking out about Vikas's trip. 1 year is a long time. Shambhavi cursed herself again. When she spotted yet another cab, only to find that it was occupied, she finally gave up on getting to the movie. She had another plan. When Millie and the gang got to their reserved table at Sayaji, Shambhavi was already there. She looked up at Millie and smiled a sweet smile. If Millie was surprised, she hid it well. She tried to act nonchalant, but Shambhavi knew it was only a matter of time till she melted. That is how it always happened. And sure enough, halfway through the first course of dinner, they were whispering into each other's ears about who wore what and how ridiculous the girl with green hair at the table to their right looked. There were 6 other people at their table. Vikas, 2 of his friends and 3 of Millie's friends. While the guys were busy talking about intelligent stuff like the stock market, the girls nodded in deep understanding at every word they uttered, even though they clearly did not get any of it. Shambhavi and Millie, on the other hand, did not even try to listen to the conversation at the table, let alone understand or participate in it. They were busy exchanging glances, and each was trying to understand what the other was feeling, without the use of words. They had always been like that, although theirs was not a lifelong friendship. They had met at their initiation session in college and gelled with each other within seconds. They had been inseparable since, even though they had nothing in common. Shambhavi was a carefree, sprightly, artistic one, with big almond eyes, a deep shade of coffee, a cute, heart-shaped face, with a nose that crinkled when she smiled, and a spring in her step. She had no care in the world, was always optimistic, sometimes overly so, and lived in the today. She was an artistic, someone who painted, wrote poetry, and danced, sometimes getting so immersed in her art that she forgot about the rest of the world. While Millie was the perfect example of the girl next door. Her deep-set eyes, the color of charcoal, were almost always wide with worry. She worried too much about too many things, with her slender figure, midnight black hair, long eyelashes, and dimpled cheeks. No one could guess that she was a journalist, and not just a desk hand, but the type who needed to go out in the field and interview people. She worked for a magazine's indoor segment, the city where she had grown up and lived since childhood. They were the exact opposite of each other, fire and ice. "What's the plan for the night? I mean the rest of it?" Shambhavi asked Millie and winked. The silent eye-to-eye conversation was getting a bit too much for her to take. "We're going back together. We have a room," Millie replied quietly. "Wow, nice." "Shh, no one knows. And if anyone asks, I slept over at your place. Got it?" "Got it." Shambhavi nodded.